Back to maths class, and we are continuing with the rational numbers, right? Yesterday we have seen one of the properties, that is closure property. What is the meaning of closure property? Any operator, suppose it is operating on two numbers belonging to a set of numbers, then the result should also belong to the same numbers. See, we have seen for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. But when it has come to division, you have seen that neither whole numbers nor integers, not even rational numbers are closed, right, under division. That means none of these are obeying closure property under division. Why? What is the reason for this? Always the problem is with 0. Problem is with 0. See, if I say that for all values of a and b belonging to whole numbers, okay, so let me take a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 0. So what is a divided by b? This is 5 divided by 0. Can you divide 5 with 0? But usually what we say 5 by 0 is infinity. It means that it is not a number. Infinity is not a number. It is only giving us a sense that we can't determine this value. We can't determine this value and it extends till infinity. So if you start solving it. So infinity as such is not a single number where you can say that yes, it is infinity and then this belongs to so and so. No. Even while writing the numbers, we only say for convenience that from minus infinity to plus infinity, it doesn't mean that infinity is a number. If infinity is a number, you should have its value. Can anyone say what is the value of infinity? Nobody can say that, right? So therefore, this number does not belong to set of whole numbers because first thing is this itself is not a number. Hence we can't determine the value of this. Without determining, we cannot say whether it falls in whole numbers, whether it falls in integers or whether it falls in rational numbers or any other numbers. So thus therefore we can't say that this result is going to belong to whole number. Thus closure property is not obeyed by whole numbers. Similarly, even in integers you have 0. So therefore it can't be closed. Even in rational numbers you have 0, and yesterday we already said even while defining rational numbers also we said p by q where q should not be equal to 0. Why are we defining it like that? We are defining it like that because if q is going to be 0, then what you are going to get the value is an indeterminate value. You cannot determine the value of it. Thus while defining rational numbers only we are saying that denominator should not be 0. So in all the three cases, when it has come with division, closure property is not obeyed. Okay, just as a quick review of the previous class, I am just giving you this because this is a special case. If you have any doubts also, that will get clarified here. That is why I am just touching this point again. Right, now next property is commutative property. Commutative property. What is the meaning of this? Suppose you have taken two numbers, A and B. You are going to check that like whether the operation in order is the same as if the order is reversed. Any confusion? Okay, let me be clear. Suppose I am taking addition. I am taking A first number, then B the second number. I will write it as A plus B. This is the order, A plus B. Now if I reverse the order, what is the meaning of reversing the order? B plus A. Both should have same value. Then we say that commutative property is obeyed. Okay, then we say that commutative property is obeyed. Now let us check whether it is obeyed by these numbers or not for different operators and for different operations. Okay, let us take addition. Okay, let us take, so commutative property, what is the important thing? Order of operation does not change the result. Does not change the result. This is the meaning of commutative property, or you can define it directly without asking whether it is under addition, subtraction or anything. If they say commutative property, then the order of operation does not change the result in whichever order you are operating it. That means A to B, B to A, whatever it is not going to change the result. Then we say that commutative property is obeyed by those set of numbers. Now let me take this particular set of numbers, that is whole numbers. Whole numbers again start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Infinity is not a number, please remember again, till infinity, that's all, just for convenience we say like that. Okay, so now let me take an example and verify whether this is possible or not. Okay, let A be 3 plus 4 which is equal to 7. Now let me interchange the numbers. 4 plus 3 is also equal to 7. Okay, we did it with positive numbers, right? And because the whole numbers, we have only positive numbers. Let us take with 0 the special case, if it is going to change anything. 0 plus 3 is 3. Let me change the order. 3 plus 0 is also equal to 3. So therefore what is happening here? A plus B is equal to B plus A. So you can say again, for all values of A and B belonging to whole numbers, A plus B is equal to B plus A. We are not bothered whether the result is belonging to whole numbers or not. Here though it is belonging to whole numbers only, but we are not bothered whether the result is going to belong to the same set of numbers. Now we are bothered only with whether the result, like by applying the particular operation in a particular order, is equal to the same when the order is reversed or when the order is changed. Clear? So therefore 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Again we interchange the results. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. So A plus B is equal to B plus A. Therefore, in whole numbers, commutative property holds good. Holds good, right? That means whole numbers obey commutative property under addition. Now let us continue with the integers. What are integers? You have negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers, right? So therefore now here also we say that for all values of A and B belonging to integers, integers are represented by Z. Now our proof should be something like A plus B is equal to B plus A. Whether this is verified or not, whether this is true or not, that we are going to see here. Now take the examples. Let me take A is equal to 3. Right, B is equal to minus 5. B is equal to minus 5. See, because B is an integer, we are saying for all values of A and B belonging to integers, B is a negative integer. There is no harm. Don't say that, man, how can you take minus? We are not subtracting, we are only adding. No, I am not subtracting, I am going to add. But which and which number? One positive integer and one negative integer. It is so simple, right? So now A plus B is equal to, what is A plus B is equal to? 3 plus of minus 5. 3 plus of minus, which is equal to minus 3 minus 5. The result is here, since two opposite operator signs, you will get this as subtraction. 5 minus 3 is 2 and you have to give the sign of the bigger number. What is the larger number here? 5 is the larger number. So 5 is having negative sign, so therefore you are getting minus 2. Okay, now let us see B plus A. Let us see for B plus A. What is B? Minus 5 plus A. It is 3. Again 1 minus and 1 plus is there. So subtraction takes place. 5 minus 3 is 2. Which sign we have to give? The sign of the negative, means a larger number. The sign of the larger number we have to give. What is a larger number? 5. What is the sign? Minus. So therefore it is minus 2. So from this 1 and 2, what you can say? That A plus B is equal to B plus A. You can verify with any results of your own interest. Okay, you can use 0, you can use positive integers, you can use negative integers, right? And then verify, right? So therefore, integers obey commutative property under addition. Under which? Addition. So therefore, here A plus B is equal to B plus A is possible for set of integers, right? Next, let us go with rational numbers. Okay, let us go with rational numbers. So, if you are going to take these things, these are all rational numbers. Of course, we will have the other set also. So, let us go with fractions. So we shall see that write the general statement A and B belonging to rational numbers represented by Q. So we are going to take only those numbers which obey the rules of rational numbers, right? And such that A plus B is equal to B plus A. Let us see whether this is true or not. Okay. So now let me take A is equal to 1 by 2 and B is equal to minus 4 by 3. I am taking a little bit complex numbers here. Means you have to take the LCM and then do it. You can take simple values also, but only from this you may learn right how to simplify the rational expressions when denominators are different. Just for that sake I am taking this, right? So now this is the example that we are taking here. Now do A plus B first. A plus B is 1 by 2 plus of minus 4 by 3 because I have taken a negative number here. So no two operators should come side by side. So therefore you have to keep this negative value within brackets. Please remember this and always. Right? So take the LCM. So this is plus of minus is minus 4 by 3. LCM is 6. Right? So therefore it is 3 minus 8. So 3 minus 8, subtraction is taking place, 5, right, in the numerator, and then now the sign of the larger number. The larger number is 8. So I got it as minus 5 by 6 as it is. So I got A plus B value to be minus 5 by 6. Now let me do B plus A. So what is B plus A? Minus 4 by 3 plus 1 by 2. LCM is 6. So minus 8 plus 3. Again minus 8 plus 3. Subtraction. 5 is the result where sign should be of larger number. Hence I got minus sign by 6. So again from 1 and 2 it is very clear. It is very clear that rational numbers obey commutative property under addition. Rational numbers obey commutative property under addition. So subtraction we will see. Now first pause the video for a moment and try to copy it down, and then we shall proceed to like commutative property under subtraction. Okay, let's copy this one. Yes, now let us discuss about commutative property under subtraction. Subtraction. So same general statement. For all values of A and B belonging to whole numbers, what commutative property says? Order of operation is not going to change the result. Okay, so now we have to prove that A minus B is equal to B minus A, or rather we have to verify whether this is possible or not. We are not going to prove it, right? So if it is fact only you can prove it. If it is not, if it is false, how can you prove it, right? So we are going to only verify it. So now let us take the example here under whole numbers. Right, A is equal to, let A is equal to something like 3 and B is equal to 5. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 5. So A minus B is equal to 3 minus 5, which is equal to, because A is 3, B is 5, the operator what I am taking here is minus. So 3 minus 5 is, again subtraction is taking place, 2, what is the sign? Minus 2, because the sign of the larger number has to be taken. So minus 2. Now let us do B minus A. Yes, some of you have already done it, I know it. So 5 minus 3, subtraction, normal subtraction. What is the sign of the larger number? If nothing is given here, it is positive, it is plus 2. See, A minus B is minus 2, where B minus A is plus 2. And very clear that here, minus 2 is not equal to plus 2. Minus 2 is not equal to plus 2. So therefore A minus B is not equal to b minus a. So therefore, it does not, whole numbers does not obey commutative property under subtraction. Whole numbers does not obey commutative property under subtraction, right? So now let us verify it with integers. So for all values of a and b belonging to integers, right, a minus b is equal to b minus a is the commutative property. We have to see whether this is obeyed or not. Right, let's take the example. So I will take a is equal to minus 5 and b is equal to 4. Why I am taking here minus 5? Because integers are negative numbers. I am taking the negative number here. So now find out a minus b. What is a minus b? Minus 5 is a and minus 4 b. So a is minus 5, this whole thing is minus 5 and this is minus 4, right? Minus 5 minus 4, both are common. So you take minus common. So therefore it is 5 plus 4, 9. Minus 9. We got a minus b value to be minus 9. Now b minus a is equal to, what is b? 4 minus, what is a value? Minus 5. So within brackets, minus 5. So power is gone. I think, can you people see this? Okay, let me stop it here after ratio numbers so that we can wait for the power to come. Right. 4 minus of minus plus 4 plus 5 which is equal to 9. So what is it? So here minus 9 is not equal to plus 9. So therefore again integers do not obey commutative property, or rather you can say that a minus b not equal to b minus a. Now let us see with the rational numbers. A and b belonging to rational numbers. Now a minus b is equal to b minus a, whether possible or not. Let me take a is equal to 1 by 2, b is equal to 1 by 6. 1 by 6. Now find out a minus b. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 6. LCM is 6. Okay. So because here two numbers are given, this number is the multiple of this. We can take this as LCM. So this is 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 by 6. 2 ones are 2. 2 threes are 6. So 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Now b minus a. 1 by 6 is b minus 1 by 2 is b, a. So therefore again this is LCM 12. So 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 is minus 2 by 12. I'm sorry, minus 2 by 6. Minus 2 by 6 which is equal to minus 1 by 3. Again plus 1 by 3 is not equal to minus 1 by 3. Thus again even rational numbers do not obey commutative property under subtraction. So here the point is that not like whether 1 by 3 belong to rational number or not. This is not the closure property. We are checking commutative property. So when you change the order also, order of the numbers while an operation is going on, then the result should not change. But here it is changing. In one order you are getting positive value, in the other order you are getting negative value. Here also the same thing. Here also the same thing. Thus, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers, all these do not obey commutative property under subtraction. Okay, please pause the video for a moment and try to copy this. In the next class we shall move on to the next property. Okay, take few examples by your own and then check whether these are all true. Whatever we have discussed today is true or not. Okay, thank you children.